How you guys doing?
Cool.
Coach, does Alex Orji remind you of anyone you've game planned for from the quarterback position in the past?
Not really. You know, he has a unique skill set as far as just his size, the way he runs, and he has a really strong arm. So the guys we game planned against last year, no one comes to mind.
You've had a bunch of defensive transfers who've come in and done really well. A lot of schools, they bring in transfers, and not everyone sort of makes it. What about your system and how well you've taught these guys has allowed like 6 guys to come in, not only start and play really well so fast?
Yeah, I think it's really unique to those guys, not really the scheme. You know, I think those guys could have gone anywhere, and they would have had the impact that they had here. Those are just high-character guys. They do everything the right way on and off the field. And before we even talked about scheme, like they had the immediate impact just in our locker room. I think it started there, and then it trickled down to the field.
Coach, Donovan Edwards has gotten off to a slow start this season, but what challenges does he pose for your guys' defense?
Man, he has great vision. You know, you always have to be prepared for him to cut the ball back. Great size and great speed. You know, he's a really good back, and you know, we know that he can get it going at any point in time.
Dan, we haven't seen Orji just throw much on tape in college football. I think you made clear, like yesterday, to be a quarterback at this level, you have to be able to throw the ball. How much are you guys balancing the knowledge that Michigan's probably going to rely on the run heavily with, you know, still incorporating, you know, game planning methods?
Yeah. Well, you know, so far when he's played in games, he's just had a package, so that's probably why he hasn't thrown as much. Now that he's going to be the starter, you know, you have to prepare for that package, but you also have to prepare for their offense. So it just makes more that they can do.
Is it challenging at all, you know, knowing that you've only seen that package on film and the unpredictability of knowing what else could come with him being the starter now?
Always, yeah. You know, you have no idea what they're going to do, what they're going to game plan. At the end of the day, we just have to play our rules and play our style of ball.
Did you find when you went back and watched the film from a couple weeks ago that there were things you guys did well to limit the quarterback run?
There was, and there was also some things that we need to improve on that Michigan probably saw that they're like, all right, we can capitalize on that.
Knowing that they have, you know, when they have passed this year, they've relied heavily on Colston Loveland in the tight end position. Not knowing his status, does that change game planning at all? How are you guys kind of handling that?
Always have to prepare like he's going to play, and then if he doesn't, we just have to see, you know, how they adjust. You know, do they plug and play the next guy in, or is there a next guy that they feature?
Where's Kamari Ramsey taking a step forward, the second year in your system?
I would say just communication and just being more vocal on the field. You know, he's very, very smart, and just with him being in a situation where he was the only one who knew the defense, it kind of forced him to kind of talk a lot more. And now that we're in camp, you know, you see that paying off. You know, he's out there and taking charge, and he's just more vocal than he has been in the past.
What changes during practice when you're game planning for a running quarterback?
You know, you just have to be prepared for him to be able to run the ball at all times. You know, so all of their run schemes, you know, it just adds an extra element to it. So we really have to be disciplined. We really have to make sure we're doing our job at all times.
Yes.
What's the general feel kind of the defense going into this week compared to maybe that week going into that first game against USC? Just kind of vibe for you guys.
You know, it's the same. You know, we have a big challenge. You know, we know what to expect. We're prepared for it, and we just need to make sure we're playing our best ball.
Dan, there's just a lot of pressure, you know, around this job, around this position when you took it. And for yourself, how much have these first few weeks just personally been kind of prove it to you? How much have you been motivated personally to show that, you know, what you did at UCLA last year wasn't kind of one hit wonder?
I just kind of keep my focus on the kids, and, you know, going back to the spring, just getting them better and better every day. And if we just keep that same process all throughout the fall, we know at the end of the day we're going to be a good defense.
How would you analyze where Bear Alexander's at right now?
He's getting better and better every day, you know, just with his knowledge of the scheme and just his overall execution of it.
Have any of the defensive transfers been better than you expected, guys who you saw them on film? You met with them in person, but they
You know, all the guys have been about what we expected. The guy that I'm most impressed with is probably Gavin, just because he wasn't here in the spring. So for him to not be here in the spring and to come in camp and to pick everything up as quick as he did was pretty impressive.
He mentioned that you guys would sit and watch film together when he was still in the portal and thinking about coming here. When you sit down with potential recruits or prospects and watch film with them, what are you hoping to gain in terms of knowledge about them?
You know, I just want to see like how their mind works. You know, like, are they someone who loves football, likes ball? Are they instinctive? You know, just what their football IQ is like. But at the same time, I want them to have a good idea of how they're going to be used in this game.
What did you learn about Gavin specifically during that process then?
Just how smart of a player he was. Now, again, I didn't expect him to pick up everything as quick as he did, but coming into it, you knew that he was smart.
Let's do one more.
If you guys used anyone in particular just to game plan against from kind of a scout team quarterback to impersonate, Orgy?
I didn't.
Have you guys used anyone in particular to kind of game plan against, to impersonate Alex Orgy just on the scout team?
We have not. We have multiple scout and quarterbacks. They all have different skill sets. We've just been going with those guys.
Thank you, Coach Lynn.
Thank